Deep in the jungles of the Amazon, there once lived a monkey named Howard the Howler Monkey. Howard was not like the other animals in the kingdom. He loved to read. He loved to read so much that he felt like nothing else was important. The book in front of him was much more interesting than going to school or his friends passing by. One day, while everybody else was in class, Howard had an idea, a rather mischievous idea indeed. Suddenly, a hunter leaped into view and caught the little animals by surprise, sending them running and screaming. But it was only Howard with his human mask who got the idea after reading a book and wanted to play a joke on his friends. Of course, Howard's father was not pleased to hear that Howard had dropped out of high school to read books all day. That night, after being held by his father, Howard felt very sad and lonely. So Howard did what he loved most, and he read and read all night, and before too long he was far away in another world and he felt much, much better. Yet, without a high school diploma, life was still tough on Howard. Though, he still always managed to find time to read. In fact, the latest book Howard was reading was the most interesting book he had come across yet. So completely was Howard immersed by his reading and all the fascinating things he was studying in his book that he decided to return to school and started attending night classes. Howard never ceased to be amazed and fascinated by his books. In particular, Howard was fascinated by all the new things he could learn to do by reading a book. One day, while Howard was waiting for the bus that would take him to school, which he was attending full-time now, another little monkey appeared.
Excuse me, sir. Do you perchance know how to get to the Smithsonian Museum of Fine Arts? Never mind.
Howard quickly buried his head in his book. He was so embarrassed. What he meant to say was,
Yes, you walk 2 blocks down this street, then take a right on Alligator Avenue, and you'll be right there.
Howard now found that all the nights at school had paid off, and before long he found himself in a rather prestigious position as Secretary of Jungle. However, with the job came many new responsibilities.
How do you suppose to dissolve the border dispute between the New Guinea pigs and the Sierra Leone lion aggressors? Will our private assets be protected by military force?
For a second, Howard was tongue-tied. But only for a second.
We must remember our place in the global jungle is to oversee democracy and the continuation of a peaceful unity of the animal kingdom. Interference shall be our last resort if diplomacy should not succeed. I have spoken to Prime Minister Leo of Sierra Leone, and I have made it very clear that he, myself, and Gilbert of Guinea have to have a diplomatic conference to work out these border disputes, and one has been set for the 14th, and I am very confident that the situation shall be diffused diplomatically. Democracy shall prevail against tyrant aggressors.